Hey, how's it going? Zach D Productions here, and I'm here for a list video for you guys. So for this list, I'll be going over my most anticipated albums of this year, 2023. Now keep in mind, I'll be going over the confirmed 2023 releases first, and then I'll go over the releases that we have good reason to believe will release in 2023, but we're not 100% certain of that. But again, we have good reason to believe so, and the likelihood is pretty high. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get started with this list. So, I think the first album I'll jump to here is Foregone by In Flames. This comes out next month in February, and I am looking forward to this album surprisingly. Now, I say surprisingly because, well, if you've been following this channel for any length of time, I'm sure you're well aware of my thoughts on the most recent albums from In Flames. Now, when it comes to I the Mask, I think that album is okay at best. I could really say the same thing for Battles. Siren Charms, I think, is just a really bad album. I just do not like that album. I think it's easily their worst album. But this new album, just based on the singles, I mean, it seems like this is a step in the right direction for the band. I mean, they're not exactly going back to their Melodeath roots, although I would say that these new singles from In Flames, they're definitely more Melodeath than they've been in a while, and I do like this stuff. I do. I think it's very good material, and you know, it does seem like they're going back to their late 2000s sound, kind of like something like Come Clarity or A Sense of Purpose, which I'm all for that because, well, I do think it's better than what we've gotten from the last few albums, and I do like all the singles that we've gotten for Gone. I think they've all been really good. I mean, they're not perfect, you know, they're not some of their best work by any means, but they're pretty good for what they are, and I would definitely say that this album is definitely shaping up to be very good. This could be the best In Flames album in years, because in my opinion, In Flames has not released a good album since Sounds of a Playground Fading. But yeah, this could be their best album since then, so we'll have to see. But I am looking forward to it. I do have this album pre-ordered, and yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to it. So In Flames' new album Foregone comes out in February. So next we have 72 Seasons by Metallica. It's crazy to know that we're getting new Metallica music this year, a new album. I mean, who would have expected we're going to get a new Metallica album this year, right? But we are, and that is exciting news. Now, when it comes to the singles that we've gotten from Metallica so far for this new album, I will say that I do like them, but I'm not really loving them, though. Honestly, I don't think Metallica will ever reach that same level of greatness, you know, as the 80s or even the early 90s of their career. I don't know what it is. I mean, again, I do like the songs, the two singles that they've released so far. I think they're pretty good. But, you know, again, I wouldn't put this up there as some of their best material or anything. And, you know, Metallica this far in their career, I mean, it's still pretty good music. It really is. I mean, they're still capable of making pretty good music because, again, I think the songs are still pretty good for what they are. But, you know, yeah, this new album, 72 Seasons, it releases in April, and I'm looking forward to it. I mean, if you're a fan of any kind of metal or rock, I mean, how are you not excited for a new Metallica album? So, Metallica's new album, 72 Seasons, this is definitely one to look out for. I'm definitely looking forward to this one. So next we have Overkill's new album, Scorched, and I thought that their last album, The Wings of War, was really good. I mean, it wasn't one of their best albums, but it was good for what it was. So this new album by Overkill is called Scorched, and they've released one single so far, The Surgeon, which I thought was really good. And it's basically what you would expect from Overkill. I mean, that is kind of what I'm expecting from the whole album, basically, is just another Overkill album. I mean, that is the thing with bands like Overkill. You know, when you listen to a new album from them, you kind of know what to expect from them. But, you know, I've said before that I would rather bands, stay consistent like this than to experiment and do something that doesn't even work for them. So yeah, but I am excited for Overkill's new album Scorch. I think it's going to be really good. So next we have Red's new album Rated R. This is going to be the title of Red's new album. So yeah, I am looking forward to this one. Now, I do have some doubtful thoughts about this one, only because I thought that their last album, Declaration, was maybe Red's weakest album, if I'm being honest. That album severely lacks replay value. I mean, I don't know what it is about that album, but I mean, it sounds like Red. But I'm not sure what it is. It's just missing something, but who knows? Hopefully this next album will be a step up. I'm really hoping so. I mean, I've been a Red fan for many years. I've seen them live twice, for those who didn't know. And, given that I've been a fan for many years, I mean, of course I'm going to be excited. So, yeah, I am looking forward to Red's new album, Rated R. Hopefully it'll be a good one, and hopefully it'll be a step up from their last two albums, actually. Because I didn't think Gone was all that great either, so, yeah. In my opinion, Red hasn't released a great album since Of Beauty and Rage, but hopefully this new album will be their best since then. Okay, so next we have All That Remains new album. Now, we don't know when this one is coming out, but we do know that All That Remains are working on a new album, so that is exciting. I mean, I know that Phil Labonte said something recently about the next album sounding like a metal record, or it sounds like All That Remains. Whatever that means, I mean, hopefully that's a good thing. I mean, I hope we don't get another album like The Order of Things or Madness. Now, I thought their last album, Victim of the New Disease, which was unfortunately the last album with Ollie, I thought was a really good album. I mean, I do like that album, but I still prefer their early work, mainly stuff like This Darkened Heart and The Fall of Ideals. I mean, if they can go back to that sound, just, doing some good old metalcore like they did then, I'd be fine with that if they did that on the next record. But we'll have to see what they do. But yeah, I think we have good reason to believe that a new All That Remains album is coming soon. I mean, we're definitely due for one. So next we have the new Breaking Benjamin album. Now, it is pretty much almost confirmed that Breaking Benjamin is working on a new album, but we don't know when it's coming. That's the only thing. I mean, we have good reason to believe that it'll release this year. I mean, if it does release this year, I would bet it'll probably come out... The earliest would probably be the summertime, if I had to guess. I mean, it could come out this fall. I mean, who knows? But I hope we get a new Breaking Benjamin album. That's all I'll say. I mean, I've been craving a new album from these guys, and we're definitely due for one. Breaking Benjamin's another band that I've been a fan of for many years, over a decade. So, yeah, this is the band that pretty much got me into music, so there you go. I mean, their last actual album was released in 2018, Ember. I'm not counting Aurora because that's technically only a compilation album, but yeah. Ember I thought was pretty good, so I'm sure whatever they come out with next, it's going to be good. I don't think Breaking Benjamin has ever released a bad album. Like, even their weakest album, which I think is We Are Not Alone, I thought was still pretty good, so whatever they have up next, I'm sure it'll be a good album. So Breaking Benjamin's new album, definitely looking forward to it. I mean, it better release this year. It better. So next we have the new Death Angel album. Now, we don't know if this one is coming this year or not as well, but we do have good reason to believe that Death Angel are releasing a new album this year. I mean, we do know that they have one in the works, but we just don't know when it's coming. But I would almost bet that we're going to get a new Death Angel album later this year. I mean, hopefully anyways, don't quote me on it, of course, but hopefully we do get a new Death Angel album this year, especially after how great their last album was, Humanicide, which I actually thought was one of their best albums. So there you go, Death Angel's new album. Looking forward to that one. All right, so lastly here, we got Anthrax's new album. We are definitely due for new Anthrax, for sure. I mean, We had Megadeth release a new album last fall, and then we're going to have new Metallica here soon. So you're up next, Anthrax. It's your turn to release a new album. Come on, guys. I mean, I really do like the two albums that Anthrax released with Joey Beck in the band, Worship Music and For All Kings. Both have been very good, so I'm sure the next one will be up on those same levels. And I think when it comes to the big four of thrash, I think Anthrax is maybe the band that puts out the best recent material. Either them or Megadeth. I'm not really sure, but yeah, it's honestly a toss-up between those two bands when it comes to the band of the big four that puts out the best new material. But yeah, I would definitely say Anthrax is definitely a contender for being that band. So there is that. Anthrax's new album I'm definitely looking forward to. So there you have it. That is a list of some of my most anticipated albums of 2023. So let me know what you think. Are you looking forward to any of these albums? What albums are you looking forward to this year in 2023? Feel free to let me know. So on that note, thank you for watching and have a good one.